When you think of Disney, what do you see? Magic? Princesses? Fireworks over a castle? That is exactly what they want you to see. But if you peel back the sticker, Disney isn't really a creative company anymore. It is a ruthless legal machine and a media monopoly that makes the Mafia look like a charity. Think about it. Why did the US government change its copyright laws every single time Mickey Mouse was about to become public property? Why are their theme parks designed like high-tech prisons to control your behavior? And how did one company manage to buy Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and Fox, essentially owning your entire childhood? Today, we are going to look behind the curtain. We are going to explore how a small cartoon studio turned into the most powerful corporate predator in history. Welcome to the dark side of the Magic Kingdom.
Let's start with the mouse itself. Mickey Mouse isn't just a character, he is a prisoner of copyright law. Originally, under US law, Mickey was supposed to enter the public domain in 1984. That meant anyone could draw him or sell Mickey merch without paying Disney. Disney panicked. They didn't innovate, they lobbied. They went to Congress and spent millions to get the law changed, extending copyright to 75 years. But then, in 2003, the deadline approached again. So Disney went back to Washington. They pushed through the Copyright Term Extension Act, which extended it to 95 years. Critics literally call it the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. They single-handedly warped the American legal system just to keep their mascot profitable. Only in 2024 did the original Steamboat Willie version finally become public, but Disney still holds the trademarks. They fought for 40 years to stop you from drawing a mouse. That is power.
Now, let's talk about the parks. Disneyland is called the happiest place on earth, but it's actually a masterpiece of crowd control and psychological manipulation. Nothing there is accidental. Have you ever noticed that you smell fresh popcorn or vanilla on Main Street, even if no food is nearby? That's because Disney uses patented machines called Smellitzers that pump artificial scents into the air to trigger nostalgia and make you hungry. And look at the colors. They invented a specific shade of paint called Go-Away-Green. It's a dull, grayish-green color that the human eye naturally ignores. They paint utility doors, trash cans, and construction fences with it, so you literally don't see the ugly parts of reality. They also use forced perspective. The buildings on the upper floors are built smaller than real life to make the castle look taller and more imposing. They are hacking your brain to keep you in a state of wonder and spending money.
But the craziest secret is what is under your feet. When you walk through Disney World in Florida, you aren't on the ground level. You're actually on the second floor. Beneath you is a massive network of tunnels called Utilidors. Why? Because Walt Disney once saw a cowboy walking through Tomorrowland to get to his post in Frontierland. Walt hated it. He thought it ruined the immersion. A cowboy doesn't belong in the future. So he built a city underneath the park. This is where the trash is moved, where the food is prepped, and where Mickey Mouse takes off his head to smoke a cigarette. It allows the cast members to pop up in the right land without ever breaking the illusion. It's an entire hidden world designed solely to protect the fantasy that the park is real magic, not a business.
Before we get to how Disney bought Marvel and Star Wars to monopolize culture, I have a quick request. If you are enjoying uncovering these corporate secrets, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. It helps us grow and keep exposing the stories that big brands try to hide. Are you ready? Okay, let's talk about the biggest shopping spree in history.
For a long time, Disney made its own movies. Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. But in the 2000s, they stopped innovating and started buying. Under CEO Bob Iger, Disney became a predator. In 2006, they bought Pixar for $7.4 billion because Disney's own animation team was failing. In 2009, they bought Marvel for $4 billion, a steal considering the Avengers movies alone made billions. Then, in 2012, they bought Lucasfilm and Star Wars. And finally, they bought 21st Century Fox, acquiring The Simpsons and Avatar. Think about that. One company owns Luke Skywalker, Iron Man, Buzz Lightyear, Homer Simpson, and Avatar. They own the box office. At one point in 2019, Disney movies accounted for nearly 40% of the entire US box office market share. This isn't competition. It's a monopoly on pop culture. They don't need to have the best ideas anymore. They just buy whoever does. But owning the movies wasn't enough. They had to control how you watch them. Before streaming, Disney used a genius and evil strategy called the Disney Vault. They would release a classic movie like The Little Mermaid on VHS or DVD for a limited time, maybe a few months. Then they would announce, it's going back into the vault. And they would literally stop selling it for 7 or 10 years. This created panic. Parents would rush to stores to buy the DVD before it disappeared, fearing their kids would miss out. It created artificial scarcity for a product that is infinitely reproducible. They manipulated supply to keep prices high and demand hysterical. Today, the vault is gone, replaced by Disney+, but the strategy is the same. Pay us a monthly subscription forever or lose access to your childhood memories instantly.
If you think owning your movies and controlling your vacation is too much, wait until you hear this. Disney literally built a town. It's called Celebration, Florida. In the 90s, Disney designed a residential community intended to be the perfect American town. White picket fences, perfectly manicured lawns, soothing music playing from hidden speakers in the streets. It looks like the set of The Truman Show. But living there came with strict rules. You couldn't paint your house the wrong color. You couldn't have the wrong type of curtains. For a long time, there was no elected town government. Disney controlled everything. It was an experiment in corporate living. Eventually, Disney sold the town, but it remains a monument to their ultimate goal. They don't just want to entertain you. They want to design your reality.
So, is Disney evil? That's for you to decide. But one thing is certain, they are not just storytellers. They are architects. They architect the laws, they architect the parks, and they architect our culture. Walt Disney started with a sketch of a mouse and a dream. His successors turned that dream into a finely tuned engine designed to extract money from your wallet with surgical precision. It's impressive, it's terrifying, and it's undeniably effective. Thanks for watching. If you want to see how Red Bull tricked the entire world into thinking they are an energy drink company, click the video on your screen right now. You won't believe the trash can scam they pulled off. See you there.